everyone, and welcome to Storytime with the Amsterdam Free Library. Today we're going to be reading two stories. First, the Pout-Pout Fish Special Valentine. This book is written by Wes Adams and illustrated by Isdre Moniz. Okay, let's go. Mr. Fish was on his way home. He had been shopping for supplies to make Valentine's Day treats and cards for all of his friends. His bags were very heavy, and he was feeling tired. He cheered up when he saw his octopus friend. "Have you been to the craft store by any chance?" asked Mr. 8. "I need something to add sparkle to my Valentines." Mr. Fish was pleased to share his glitter and glue with his friend. He found Miss Clam and Mrs. Squid in a fluster. They had been up all night making heart-shaped cookies. Many cookies. And they had run out of the ingredients for the icing. Mr. Fish had just what they needed. He was glad to sweeten their day and lighten his load at the same time. "Thank you, Pout-Pout Fish," said Mrs. Squid. "You've made us both happy as clams," said her baking partner. Swimming up from the deep dark, Mr. Lantern was searching for sea flowers for his Valentines, but he wasn't having much luck. "Why don't you make some?" asked Mr. Fish. Mr. Lantern said he didn't know how. From his bags, Mr. Fish took scissors, construction paper, and tape. He showed Mr. Lantern how to make blooms of all shapes and sizes. "These are perfect," said Mr. Lantern, glowing with pride. When he got home, Mr. Fish was feeling better after helping his friends. But then he realized he'd used up most of his supplies he'd bought to make his own Valentines. He worried that his Valentine's Day plan would be ruined. He decided to do the best he could with what he had: a few sheets of paper and some colored pencils. As he worked on his cards, he thought of a special message for each of his pals, which he wrote with loving care. When he was almost done, he saw a passing postfish and gave her all the Valentines to deliver, except for his last one. When it was ready, he decided to deliver it himself. Miss Shimmer thought his homemade card was wonderful. "Thank you," she said. She gave him a Valentine, too, a box of candy. While they shared their treats, Mr. Fish told her about his day. "It sounds like you are everyone's special Valentine," Miss Shimmer said. "Oh, I don't know about that," Mr. Fish said. Mr. Fish returned to find a Valentine's Day surprise waiting for him with a joyful message he would never forget. "Happy Valentine's Day, Pout-Pout Fish. We love you." Okay, the second book we will be reading today is called The Day It Rained Hearts by Felicia Bond. One day, it started raining hearts. And Cornelia Augusta caught one. She caught another. And another. It wasn't very hard, so she caught some more. It must be getting close to Valentine's Day, she thought, and she set to work making Valentines. The hearts she caught would make perfect cards. Cornelia Augusta saw that all of her hearts were different. She looked at each one, from the front, and the back, and the side, and decided which ones would be just right for each of her friends. She found 7 that were more or less alike and strung them together with a needle and thread. "I know just the right person for this one," she thought. Then Cornelia Augusta took an especially handsome heart and pasted it on a piece of paper. the center of the heart, she glued a cotton ball, one that was very white and very soft. And she knew instantly who this card would be for. Cornelia Augusta had 8 hearts left. On the largest one, she drew circles and then very carefully cut them out. The other hearts were so small. She arranged all of them on one piece of paper. Around the heart she painted patterns of many colors. Then she folded her design in half. There was no doubt in her mind who would receive these. Cornelia Augusta put a stamp on each of her valentines and mailed them. It never rained hearts again. Not where Cornelia Augusta lived, anyway. And the next, and all the years after that, Cornelia Augusta found other ways to make Valentine.